to the closed interval minus 1, 1. The maximum value of sine function is 1 and minimum value of sine function is minus 1. So this is the range of the sine function. Now when you invert this, you have to restrict the domain of sine function in order to make the sine function 1, 1 and onto. Okay, so when you restrict this domain, we restrict R to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, so that the sine functions become 1, 1 and onto. So once if it is 1, 1 and onto, you can invert the function, and the inverse function we denote it with this symbol sine inverse. So we can write that the sine inverse function is defined from minus 1, 1 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this is very important to know that. So this branch, this value of sine inverse function is known as principal value branch. Principal value branch, or we usually say principal value of sine inverse. The value of the function always comes in the range, and the domain of the function is this first set. This is the domain of the function. Similarly, we can restrict cosine function, and cos inverse is also defined from minus 1, 1 to, here you notice that the range is from 0 to pi. And it is very easy to recollect it if you remember these two pictures. One is, I draw like this. This means that here it is minus pi by 2. The angle is taken in the clockwise direction, and this is anti-clockwise direction. So plus pi by 2 comes here. Okay. Now for this one, I consider this figure. That means it is from 0 to pi. The initial ray rotates in the anti-clockwise direction, comes here. So 0 to pi. If these two figures you remember, you can do all the principal values of all the other trigonometric, inverse trigonometric functions. So what I do is, I categorize this all inverse trigonometric functions. That is, next is tan inverse, then next is cosec inverse, then sec inverse and cot inverse. All these functions, principal value, how to remember is, I group it into two, that is sine inverse group and another is cos inverse group. In the sine inverse group, we consider tan inverse and cosec inverse. And for cos inverse group, we consider cot inverse and sec inverse. All these group will have the principal value in this range, but you have to be very careful. For cos inverse, it is every point from 0 to pi, or all the angles from 0 to pi. But for cot inverse, 2 points are removed. That is, from the end points of this closed interval, it is removed. Means 0 and pi will not come. So it is open interval 0 pi. And for sec inverse, the midpoint is removed. 0 pi is a basic interval we consider here, and the midpoint means 0 plus pi by 2, that is pi by 2 is removed for finding the principal value of sec inverse. How to remove it? It is minus the single point pi by 2. Similarly for sine inverse, the basic angle we consider it as from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So the principal value of sine inverse is the closed interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. And for tan inverse, the endpoints will be removed. That means it is open interval minus pi by 2, pi by 2. And for cosec inverse, the midpoint Midpoint means it is 0. So 0 is removed from the basic interval, that is minus pi by 2. Sorry, it is minus pi by 2, pi by 2 minus 0. So this is the principal values of all the inverse trigonometry functions. Now 2-3 properties you have to just remember it. That is, the first one is sine inverse x is equal to x. Second, sine inverse of sine theta is equal to theta, where theta is in the principal value branch, that is from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this can be extended to all the other inverse trigonometry functions, because we are using this property of f of f inverse equal to I. So these get nullified. Sine inverse and sine theta get nullified. It is to be very important to know that this theta, if it is not in the principal value branch, if it is not in this principal value branch, you have to convert it. So lot of questions comes in that category. So now we will go to the question solving part. This is the value of cot inverse. The value of cot of 1 by 2 sine inverse root 3 by 2 is. So here sine inverse root 3 by 2, you should always remember that it is an angle coming in the principal value, or sine inverse root 3 by 2, how to find? You can take this as an angle. The value of the sine inverse is always an angle. From there, you can convert the trigonometric equation, that is sine theta equal to root 3 by 2. Now we actually want what is the value of theta. So sine theta equal to root 3 by 2. As you all of you know, sine theta is root 3 by 2 means theta equal to 60 degrees, or it is pi by 3 radians. So now you substitute that values, you get cot of 1 by 2 into, here you can apply this pi by 3, and that is equal to cot pi by 6. Cot pi by 6 means cot 30. Cot 30 means it is 1 by tan 30, and it is, answer is root 3. These values, trigonometric function values, you have to learn, and then only you can do this. The next one is the value of cos inverse minus 1 plus sine inverse 1 is equal to. So here if you know these properties, it's very easy to do that. If you have cos inverse of minus theta and all the group of cos inverse, the answer is pi minus cos inverse theta. When minus is coming out, you have to add pi. But for sine inverse group, when minus is, simply you can write like this, minus sine inverse theta. This is true for that first group, and this is true for the second group, which I have told in the grouping. So if you apply that, it becomes very easy. This minus will come out, and I can write it as pi minus cos inverse 1 plus sine inverse 1. You know that cos inverse 1, how to get cos inverse 1? You know that cos inverse 1 is an angle. So immediately you convert that to trigonometry. So cos theta equal to 1. Cos theta equal to 1 for what value of theta? It is theta equal to 0. So pi minus cos inverse 1 is 0 plus sine inverse 1. In the similar manner you can do sine inverse 1 equal to theta. Come to trigonometry now. It is sine theta equal to 1. That means theta equal to 90 degrees, or it is pi by 2. So pi plus pi by 2, that is 3 pi by 2 is the answer. Next one is principal value branch. Sine inverse 3 by 5 equal to cos inverse x. Then what is the value of x? So what here you can see is there is an equality between two inverse trigonometric functions. So what you need to do here is sine inverse. If this cos inverse is also converted to sine inverse, it is easy. Or if both of the same type of inverse trigonometric, then you can compare x. Okay. So what you do is, it is easy if you convert sine inverse to cos inverse. And what is the process of converting sine inverse to cos inverse? See, sine inverse 3 by 5, as you all know, it is an angle. The next step is to bring the trigonometric equation. This is an inverse trigonometric equation. Immediately you can write a trigonometric equation. What is that? It is sine theta equal to 3 by 5. In the smaller class you have learned, if you know one of the trigonometric ratio, you know how to find the other trigonometric ratio. It can be extended to functions also for easy calculations. So when sine theta is as a function, when you consider sine theta is, you can see it is opposite side by hypotenuse. And Pythagorean triplets, you know, 3, 4, 5 is a famous Pythagorean triplets. This is 4, and I am considering now cos theta from here. Why do I consider cos theta is, here we have cos inverse. Suppose if here we have tan inverse, you will consider here tan theta from this triangle. Cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse, so 4 by 5, or theta is, now you are converting to inverse trigonometric equation, that is cos theta is, theta is cos inverse 4 by 5. So that means this theta is the same as cos inverse 4 by 5. Sin inverse 3 by 5 is the same as cos inverse 4 by 5. So here when you write, you can do cos inverse 4 by 5 equal to cos inverse x, or that means x equal to 4 by 5. So this is very important. In many of the questions it comes sin inverse, how to convert to cos inverse. Next one is, if x tan inverse x equal to sine of cot inverse, this is inverse, cot inverse 3 by 4, then what is the value of x? Here it is cos, here it is sine, and as you know that cos inverse x becomes x. So next you will try to bring tan inverse to cos inverse, because here it is cos. Similarly here you can put cot inverse to sine inverse. So let us now put tan inverse x, or here you will convert, okay. When you convert here, cot inverse 3 by 4 equal to theta, or cot theta equal to 3 by 4. Immediately you draw this, that is theta. Cot theta means adjacent side by opposite side, so it is 3, 4, 5. And I want sine inverse. So what is sine theta? Sine theta is 4 by 5, or theta is sine inverse 4 by 5. So RHS becomes what? RHS is sine of sine inverse 4 by 5. So this becomes 4 by 5. So therefore what you will get? Cos of tan inverse x equal to 4 by 5. So that means tan inverse x equal to cos inverse 4 by 5. Because this was a trigonometric equation, we are converting that to inverse trigonometric equation. So cos of some angle is 4 by 5 means this angle is equal to cos inverse 4 by 5. So now to compare, you convert this to tan inverse. So it is cos inverse 4 by 5. This is equal to alpha, means cos inverse 4 by 5 equal to alpha means cos alpha equal to 4 by 5. This is alpha, this is 4 by 5, this is 3. And I want tan. It is tan alpha is equal to 3 by 4, or alpha equal to tan inverse 3 by 4, and x equal to 3 by 4. Then the value of cot of cos inverse 7 by 25. So here cot is coming, so here you bring cot inverse. So cos inverse you have to convert to cot inverse. So you take cos inverse 7 by 25 as an angle theta, convert to trigonometry, that is cos theta equal to 7 by 25, and now we want here cot inverse. So here use your triangle method, theta is here, cos theta means adjacent side by hypotenuse. Then this is another famous Pythagorean triplet, that is 7, 24, 25. Or from here also you can just conclude that 24 will be coming. So 24 7 this. Now what we want is here cot, so here cot inverse. So that is what we have to now search for what is cot theta. Cot theta is adjacent side by opposite side. 7 by 24 or theta is cot inverse of 7 by 24. We have assumed cos inverse as theta, and again theta is cot inverse 7 by 5. So here it will come cot inverse 7 by 24. So cot inverse, f of f inverse becomes identity function, get nullified, and your answer is 7 by 24. Cos inverse of cos 7 pi by 6. Can you simply nullify this? No. This one, he never nullify it. You have to just see cos inverse. This is an angle. This angle must be in the principal value branch. Principal value branch. And whenever you see cos inverse, the principal value branch, immediately you say this is a second group. Cos inverse group hai. Cos inverse group ka principal value branch, this should be your figure. Okay, it is from 0 to pi. Now this angle 7 pi by 6 is not in this. Pi by 6 is 30 degree. So 7 pi by 6 means it is 7 into 30, that is 210 degree. Over 210 degree comes, it is 180, this is 270. So 210 degree comes in the third quadrant. Now what you have to do is, ये angle को हमको reduce करना है. We have to reduce this angle. And how to reduce this angle? As you know that this angle actually is in the third quadrant. How to reduce an angle is, third quadrant angle you can split it as, how you will split? It will be splitted as pi plus, this is pi, this much is pi, then plus something. So what I am going to write is cos inverse of cos. I am going to split it because we have to reduce it to either of these quadrants. So 7 pi by 6 is pi plus how much? Pi means 6 pi by 6. 6 pi by 6 plus 1 pi by 6 is this. So this is what I have done. Now you have to apply the trigonometric identities and formulas. Cos pi plus theta, being deviated from x-axis, cos remains cos itself. But what happens here, it is add sugar to coffee. Here tan and its reciprocal functions takes positive value, but we are reducing cos function. So cos function's value becomes minus. It is cos inverse minus cos pi by 6. So and how you will remove this minus, because cos inverse of cos you have to get. So to remove the minus, you apply the property of cos inverse minuses, as I have told in the starting of the video. It is pi minus cos inverse x. So when you take this minus outside, what you get is 1 pi minus, this minus is coming out, means pi minus cos inverse of cos pi by 6. Here you can see pi by 6 is in the first quadrant. So it is coming in the principal value branch of cos inverse. So this get nullified and you will get the answer pi minus. This get nullified means you will get only pi by 6 here. So pi minus pi by 6 is 5 pi by 6. The next one is the value of cos inverse of cos 5 pi by 3 plus sin inverse of sin 5 pi by 3. Here also see cos inverse cos. Immediately you don't assume that you can nullify it, sin inverse sin always. No. Only when this angle is coming in the corresponding principal value branch. So that means here two things are involved. One is cos inverse, another is sin inverse. So let us draw the principal value of cos inverse. This is for cos inverse. And for principal value of sin inverse. Sin inverse का figure ऐसा होगा. Okay, it is from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So now you see where 5 pi by 3 is coming. 5 pi by 3 means 5 into 60 degree. That is 300. 300 is coming somewhere here. Okay, but 300 you cannot do it. It is like this, it is coming 300. So you have to reduce this angle. So all this 300, it should not come here also. Here if it comes, it should be a negative angle. So what you have to do is, how you will convert cos 5 pi by 3 to cos of some angle in this either first quadrant or in the second quadrant. क्योंकि हमारा एंगल इधर ही होना है cos inverse का. It is a principal value branch from 0 to pi. Let us see. First I am taking cos inverse of cos 5 pi by 3. As I know, it is coming, 5 pi by 3 is coming in the fourth quadrant. How to split the fourth quadrant angle? It is fourth quadrant angle. Always you split the angle, splitting from an angle on the axis, x-axis. So it is 2 pi. This is 300, 360 होने से one complete rotation होता है. हमारा 300 है, तो 360 से हमको डिवाइड कर सकता है. That means 2 pi minus how much is 5 pi by 3. It is 2 pi minus how will you find out? Here by 3 karo. So here 6 pi by 3. So 6 pi by 3 and 2 pi are same. Okay, so I am thinking in terms of pi by 3 because of this pi by 3. So that the calculation becomes easy. So 6 pi by 3 minus how much is 5 pi by 3? It is 1 pi by 3. Okay, so this becomes what? Cos inverse of, I am applying the trigonometry here, cos 2 pi minus pi by 3. Angle get reduced, 2 pi will get reduced, and in this quadrant cos is positive, so we will get cos pi by 3, right? So this has automatically, pi by 3 has come in this quadrant, first quadrant. First quadrant means it is a part of the principal value of cos inverse, so it get nullified and you will get here answer pi by 3. Now what about sin inverse sin pi by 3? So same case, can it be applied or not? Sin inverse sin 5 pi by 3, definitely you can write it as 2 pi minus pi by 3. But now you have to see the trigonometric rules. Sin 2 pi minus, here in this quadrant only cos and its reciprocal function is positive. Sin is negative. So 2 pi anyway will get reduced and sin will become sin only, but one minus will come. Minus sin pi by 3. Now how to remove this minus? As I told is cos minus x is pi minus, but what is sin inverse of minus x? Simply this minus will come out. Minus sin inverse x. So you can take this minus outside. So minus sin inverse of sin pi by 3. So it becomes sin inverse, sin get nullified because pi by 3 is in the first quadrant. So it is okay because sin inverse principal value branch is here or here. So it is coming here. So it is okay. Get nullified and you will get minus pi by 3. So one value we got pi by 3. Another value we got minus pi by 3. So pi by 3 minus pi by 3 answer is 0.